go with? Let's upscale 3. Again, this is gonna be inaccurate, but just for the efficiency of time. Then what we then could have done.
See, The Last Dance wasn't really a basketball documentary. See, The Last Dance...
Now, there's so much more you need to be doing to make this work, in terms of this. And so, Crow...
It wasn't really a basketball documentary.
Okay, then what I'm going to do this so quickly because it's going to look pretty crap. And then invert mask. Yeah, and then let's give it a bit of a skew. Where's the skew? There we go. Let's give it a skew. And then let's get some shutters, let's get some scan lines on top of that.
See, The Last Dance...
Okay, so let's just say I'm compositing this on a little bit better on. And then just because I like doing it, you can't go wrong with some chromatic aberration. That's a bit much. Okay. And no, okay, turns out you can go wrong with chromatic aberration.
See, The Last Dance wasn't really a basketball documentary. It was more...
Okay, then, yeah.
Events were you...
Jaden, welcome. So Jaden's just joined the chat. Jaden, you've been missing out. This is fucking solid. This is excellent. I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm not so much into the basketball culture, but I'm learning a lot from this. Your presentation on this is very good. The music choices are great. The conflict, it's like I've been struggling to roast this one, which is great because it then gives me opportunities of what else could we be doing. Now, the big roast that I'm giving on this one is I would like, if we're talking about Pippen and Jordan falling out, I would have liked to have seen more opportunities where we could have seen this more from Pippen's perspective. And so what I was suggesting is you could have used Midjourney to start creating some more of a perspective journey through this. So what I just did is I went through Midjourney and I did Scottie Pippen watching TV, 8K high resolution, and it gave me this image. I put the documentary onto the TV. We'll all have to composite this all a lot more.
Stood by in a way that puts an individual over a team, which is not surprising, considering that by non-basketball fans and casuals. It was,
and then I would have found an opportunity to,
which is not surprising, approval, and that Jordan's presence in the film was conditioned by his control over the content.
Yeah, and then I would have then found an opportunity, and I can't find it right now.
Director Jason Hare needed Jordan's approval to make the film. Casuals. It was directed in a way that puts an
yeah, okay. Maybe here. But I haven't found a better place for it just yet, but just in the interest of time. And then let me just then copy that back on. So then, alright, and then what I'm going to do is one more quick adjustment layer on top of that. I'm going to give this a Ken Burns. Not so much, not massively. Okay, I'm going to put that on top, and then on the other one, I'm then going to reverse it. And I'm going to swip it out. So now, what we're going to do is, this is potentially going to put this a little bit more in his perspective. Let's see if this works.
And Michael Jordan's relationship started to change. See, The Last Dance wasn't really a basketball documentary. It was more like basketball was just a means to an end, and where historic NBA events were used to tell a preset narrative. And that narrative was to glorify the cult of Michael Jordan and his place as the basketball GOAT. The Last Dance presented basketball in a way that can be understood by non-basketball fans and casuals. It was directed in a way that puts an individual...
Okay, it's a bit of a jarring cut because it needs to be transitioned better. But what I was trying to do here is we have the shot of Scotty watching the documentary, and then we cut to all of these shots of Jordan, and then we cut back to Scotty, and it's kind of like he's realizing what's going on. So we kind of get that 2+2 moment, and then we answer it with then...
It puts an individual over a team, which is not surprising, considering that director Jason Hare...
Yeah.
Surprising team, which is...
maybe even putting it there instead. Come on, there we go. Maybe even just putting it there instead.
Which is not surprising, considering that director Jason...
Yeah, so now we're getting just a little bit of conflict there. We're getting a little bit of conflict, and so I would have liked for this to been through their perspective. Has the stream frozen? Has the stream frozen? It looks like it's frozen for me. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna keep on going. It's just the stream's frozen for me, but I want to make sure it's good. I'm getting the wheel. Okay, moving on though.
Hare needed Jordan's approval to make the film, and that Jordan's presence in the film was conditioned by his control over the content. The Last Dance minimized the roles of Jordan's teammates, not properly explaining that MJ had by far the best.
Okay, now let's get... So now we're going to use this as a seed. Scottie Pippen, close-up of Scottie Pippen, looking, expression, confused. So now, since I've seeded it, let's see if it gives me a decent consistency. While it's working on that.
Best supporting cast in the NBA. The documentary never mentioned that Steve Kerr was the most accurate three-point shooter of all time, that Horace Grant made 4 all-defensive teams, or that Toni Kukoc was the best European player and the most versatile power forward in the NBA. The doc barely mentioned a defensive ace Ron Harper, and they completely failed to say a single...
The only thing that I'm struggling right now is there is a bit of a lack of rhythm. It's like you did all of the fun rhythm stuff at the front end of this, but now you're kind of keeping the same, but now you're just keeping story as the top of this triangle and emotion and rhythm as the bottom, but you're not swapping them around, and therefore I'm getting a lack of variety now, and so therefore it's making the tone drop in energy. So I would have liked maybe some bit more changes in tone, changes in ideas. Oh, I forgot to give it a 16:9. These are terrible. Oh, actually, that one's interesting. Tell you what, upscale 2. Let's give that a zoom out, just to make that quick, bit more quicker for me. The TV thing. Does that look like him? Does that look like Scotty? Yeah.
Single thing about center Luke Longley, considering
that... it's just the thing for me is this, it just it doesn't look, there's not great rhythm, variety. I'm now getting a lack of tonal variety. So
the roles of Jordan's.
So in comparison, let's bring my video essays Raka Raka. So in comparison to what I did, is it this one? I'm not saying you have to be changing the tone as aggressively as I do, but yeah.
Because outside of YouTube, we're just making short films and no one was seeing them. YouTube gave us a platform to get that audience in the first place to allow us to hone our craft the way that we were able to.
This is Raka Raka, the monster.
So this is fun. This is a bit mental. It's a bit crazy. It's really fun, and it's aggressive as well.
The filmmaking duo who made some of YouTube's most ambitious.
So like story is priority here. Emotion is like manic and crazy, and rhythm is also aggressively fast.
Creative content.
And then I had that. I just paused at the exact same time. And then the rhythm, and then I prioritize rhythm to get this like sort of action sequence but still prioritize story and emotion. But then
Creative content. But they stopped. They've not.
And then emotions aggressively changed. Rhythm has stopped. Like rhythm has slowed down dramatically. We're now getting a really big aggressive tonal change.
Posted in over a year. Why?
And like this is a completely different tone and feel, but it's transitioned into it nicely.
We have some massive news. Our horror film Talk to Me got picked up. It's all we've ever worked towards, all we've ever wanted, and it came true, and it was a big moment for me.
But why would anyone leave you?
And then I'm changing the tone again. I'm changing the story. I'm changing the feeling. I'm not saying you have to change it because this is a podcast intro, I'm changing the tone like every 12 seconds. But yeah.
Why would anyone leave YouTube where you can make anything for Hollywood?
We always wanted to be filmmakers, always wanted to be making films. We always wanted to make cinematic experiences that are like made for the theater.
And then I'm swapping it all around again. It's still story a little bit first here.
And that's exactly what they did with their movie Talk.
So basically, I'm identifying what is the emotion and feel, and so the story beat that I'm doing, and then I'm then asking myself, how does that feel? How should I make that feel? And then that's what I'm then prioritizing them towards. And so the feeling of them being able to be successful, so I'm doing that little build towards it. And so I'm getting a lack of new feeling here. Let's let's open a browser. Nope, wrong one. Then what I'm gonna do? Which one's the best one? They're all kind of the same. Yeah, let's just upscale one then. Okay, and then open a browser. And then I'm gonna get rid of that TV. So first I'm gonna cut him out. And then I'm gonna get rid of that TV. Okay, it's gonna do something really, really weird to his face. It's gonna do something really weird to his face. Okay, it's not gonna work. I'll do a content aware fill instead. Content aware fill. Oh god. Oh, I see what's up. Content aware fill. There we go. Then let's just get rid of his face entirely. Okay, apply. There we go, done. We now got rid of that TV, sort of, just in the interest of time. Export. Then movies. There we go. So what I'm trying to do.
His approval to make the film, and that Jordan's presence in the film was conditioned by his control over the content. The Last Dance minimized the roles of Jordan's team content. By his control over the content. The film was conditioned by his control in the film was conditioned by make the film, and that Jordan's presence in content.
Okay, then what we'll do is there's still gonna take a lot of work to get right. Flickr. I would put some sort of lighting effect so we can see him watching TV.
Jordan's presence in the film was conditioned.
Let's get that linear.
Jordan's presence in the film was
Let's make these ones a linear as well. So, with very, very, very quick experimentations, without really, really trying on that timing, let's see if we can put this more into Scotty's perspective.
by non-basketball fans and casuals. It was
Oh, okay, hold on.
which is not surprising, considering that director Jason Hare needed Jordan's approval to make the film, and that
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. All right. Very, very, very rough. But
relationship started to change. See, The Last Dance wasn't really a basketball documentary.
Scotty's watching it.
It was more like basketball was just a means to an end, and where historic NBA events were used to tell a preset narrative. And that narrative was to glorify the cult of Michael Jordan and his place as the basketball GOAT. The Last Dance presented basketball in a way that can be understood by non-basketball fans and casuals. It was directed in a way that puts an individual over a team, which is not surprising, considering that director Jason Hare needed Jordan's approval to make the film, and that Jordan's presence in
Okay, the polish is awful, but the idea is there, is what I'm trying to get here. There was ways for you to experiment to put this more into Scotty's perspective, or you find more opportunities in your writing to then showcase this more in perspective, because that would have made this a little bit more interesting if we, through Scotty and through your narration, we also go through the same experience that he had in why he is falling out with Jordan, is what I'm trying to get here.
the film was conditioned by
Then there's lots of other things that you can do to make this more dynamic. One of the things you can do is you can cut him out. So there you go, I've cut him out. Then let's just put in a rack focus. Then let's just make that end focus and just make that last for about 3 seconds. So now
Hare needed Jordan's approval.
Oh, wrong way. Start focus.
Hare needed Jordan's approval to make the film.
It kind of does a weird glow effect on him. That looks pretty bad. Then you could add in some like dust particles. You could also add in, so as you saw I did at the beginning, some chromatic aberration. That's like the
Jordan's
ultimate.
approval to make
Oh, wrong one. Some chromatic aberration. That's always a big hack.
Jordan.
Let's get rid of that one. And then what I might do then is... Yeah, that could be interesting. And then...
Hare needed Jordan's approval.
Yeah, okay. So, anyway, let's keep moving on though. That's just something to experiment with. Like, that's... At the bottom line, Jaden, I'm struggling to find things to roast on this one. I think the big thing is just it feels like the rest of this video.
Like, you know what? I'm not gonna my summer up trying to rehab for a season.
Scottie Pippen of the Bulls will be out for 2 to 3 months.
What Scottie was trying to do was trying to force management to change his contract. And Jerry wasn't gonna do that.
MJ called out Pippen as being selfish for delaying surgery. That season, Jordan was making $33 million, while Scottie was earning just $2.7 million. While the second episode of the documentary did center around Scottie and his unbelievably hard road to the NBA, in the end, the focus of the narrative quickly returned to MJ. And despite being so
like that.
Jordan-centric, The Last Dance was a successful project because it achieved 3 goals. It managed to entertain and occupy the sports world in the biggest absence of sports since the 1860s.
Yeah, it's just... I feel like there could have been a little bit more emotional variety, but maybe... But like...
It served as a nostalgia for the people who lived through the Bulls dynasty, and it revitalized the interest in Jordan among the younger generations.
It's probably a lot more harder to do, but this is very reminiscent. This is very reminiscent of why a lot of people are really enjoying Dodford stuff. And this is reminiscent of that. is there more opportunity for them to tell the story rather than the voiceover? So Dodford prioritizes that so much more when it's like they get as many interview sound bites as possible. They get, yeah, look at it, retention's fucking excellent. But here's why. Despite all of these great cuts, but because of the nature of the voiceover, I would be listening to this video rather than watching. This is the video due to the just due to the nature of just the voiceover of these faceless channels. I don't watch these videos. I don't watch them. I listen to them. I listen to them when I'm tidying my room. I listen to them while I'm emptying the dishwasher. I listen to them when I'm doing my laundry. Or I'll probably listen to them while I'm driving on the car. And so, retention-wise, it's great because it then makes it's great for retention because like the friction of me to stop watching or to choose another video means the retention goes up. But I'm not really actively listening anyway. I'm like passively listening. This video for me feels like a passive watch, except for that intro. That intro, in the same way with podcasts, I follow the same philosophy with podcasts. With my podcasts, I do the really, really cool video essay, get you into the story, get you into the conversation, and then I assume you're going to be passively listening for the rest of this video while you empty out the dishwasher. This is passive content for me. And so no matter how great all this video editing is, I'm probably not seeing it right now. So that's why with Dodford stuff, because he uses the sound bites and he uses this really, really great visual storytelling, it's like I'm compelled to watch. I can't not watch that. Whereas of this, since the story is mostly told, and since the story is mostly told through voiceover, telling me what's happening rather than showing me what's happening, I passively watch. And it's very interesting to how you signal between those two. So that's I think the intro was strong, but the focus diminished drastically. And could be interesting to experiment on how this can be done better. Or maybe you don't want to. Maybe because passive watching technically means more ads. Because if I'm emptying the dishwasher and an ad comes on, I'm like, all right, fine, fuck you, fine. I'll play it because I'm focused on doing this dishwasher anyway. So you get more ads played. And so I think it comes down to your own artistic preference. But I would honestly, and I would consider this channel a passive watch channel rather than an active watch. But it doesn't mean that passive watch content is bad, not at all. But it's a double-edged sword. I agree, Jaden. But I would treat this as a passive watch, which might mean you might have to do as much editing because if this is a passive watch. But yeah, this is a passive list for me. So it does come down to preference. And that might just be my hot take, and your bosses might tell me to go fuck myself, and that's okay. That is fine. Anyway, with that though, Jaden, this is actually really, really excellent. The intro was really, really solid. I really enjoyed that. I would love to talk to your team anyway, because I might want to potentially borrow you every now and again to work on some of our intros if they're down. So, Jaden, this is really, really great work. Excellent stuff. Great. All right, but with that, we're going to jump on to the next video. Okay. Moving on. We're now actually going to do Andrew stuff. Andrew stuff. Andrew Levitt. That's it. Where's that hiding? Yeah, Jaden, I'll add you on Discord after you. After this. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Getting Andrew up. Andrew was the Barbie one. So, here's the story with Andrew. I think it was Barbie. No, that one didn't download. Okay, in that case, it gives me an opportunity to download it. Where are you hiding? Here. Copy. Let's get that downloaded. So, while that's working on that, about 2 years ago, Andrew Levitt is actually, he's also Levitt, not Levitt. Yeah, Levitt. Andrew Levitt is a creator now alumni. he has been with us on the platform for many, many years now. I think he's one of like the first people. And there was a time when I first started developing this roast format or this workshop format. And I saw one of Andrew's videos and I went, okay, this needed some work. But I liked his potential. I liked what he was doing. But I wanted to give him some suggestions on flow and rhythm and pacing as well. But his music cues were great. The content he was recording was good. His personality was great. I saw a lot of really, really great potential. And so I went and gave him the hard lessons in front of everyone. And since then, I think he took a lot of that into heart. And I think he took a lot of lessons into flow and pacing, into retention. And he's been developing creator ever since. And he's now doing really, really well. And he's back. I think it looks like he came onto this. He came back onto Creator Now for this course, and he's now sent me one of his videos. And so, Andrew, I have not been watching all of your videos, but I have been keeping an eye on you ever since, and I have been enjoying that experience on seeing you improve. And you genuinely have had some really, really fantastic ideas. I've been seeing your titles and thumbnails, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I thought of that. Which, like, side note, like, I'm also now like considering pivoting my channel a little bit, and a lot of your ideas is like, fuck, I wish I thought of that. And so your ideation's excellent as well. And so this is a good comeback story. So it's either going to be, I'm going to watch this video and be like, oh my god, I've just hyped him up and it's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Or similar thing that we just had with Jaden, where it's like, actually, this is pretty solid. There's not really that much I can really, really add to this. But I'm having to stall a little bit because it's wanting to convert this, and I hate it when it does this. In that case, I might just have to download it in 720. Give me a sec. Oh shit, I just deleted it. There we go. Copy. Just YouTube downloader. Ugh, God, I hate doing this in 720. Yeah, it sucks. There you go. Yeah, it looks awful. Not your fault though. Let's. No, yeah, this is just wanting to be smart. Okay. All right. So his video is I replace movie theater posters with Mr. Beast.
So this is Mr. Beast photoshopped into a Barbie poster, and I'm gonna try to sneak it into a movie theater and swap it with their Barbie poster without getting caught. So my friends and I have.
That was pretty fun. Cool. Good comedic. So great use of culture here. Wearing a Drive shirt, Barbie poster. And then using the DVD joke with the music cue. But the main issue is, and this is hard, and I think it's going to come down to the writing or the tease. But technically, you've kind of just already shown me the entire video in the first 10 seconds. But you kind of need... There is this such... And, like, I still struggle with it myself. It's, like, the balance of giving enough of a hook of stuff. But what we're getting here is Mr. Beast posters. So, good idea in hiding the reveal of the Mr. Beast photo. But actually, I think he put it in the thumbnail anyway, if I remember correctly. Maybe not. But then we see the method. That's what it is. We see you putting the pole in your trousers, walking in. We see you taking it out, and so we've already seen you succeed. You've already snuck the poster in. And then we see you taking this out. Because for me, that would have been interesting. Like, wait. How am I going to take this out? Like, how am I going to replace the poster? I would have loved to have, like, maybe potentially not known how you're going to do that. And so you've actually, you've revealed too much here. And I would have liked to have been teased or maybe implied more problems. It could be like, wait, how am I going to remove the poster? You just revealed too much here is what I'm trying to say.
Without getting caught.
But... nice touch here because with this music cue, one, using the DVD thing, that is such a I think you're a late millennial. That is such a relatable image. I like that a lot. It's a really good joke. The musical cue with Mission Impossible is good because just the current culture is that Mission Impossible has unfortunately done really poorly at the box office because Barbie and Oppenheimer just took all of the IMAX screens, and no one wants to see a Mission Impossible movie in a standard screen. That's like blasphemy. And so Mission Impossible's not done well in the cinema. And so by bringing in Mission Impossible alongside Barbie, and also I guess you're probably going to reference Oppenheimer in this, bringing all three of those movies into this, that's a really, really nice cultural touch. I appreciate that. And also you did a great comedic cut here. Dun, dun,
So my
bang.
friends and I
And then you interrupt, dun, 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 dun. So my friends, like, he hit it on that beat. Fuck, I'm doing a breakdown instead. Andrew, great start. I just wish that you teased this better rather than giving me the answers, because I bet you there's potentially a pretty big retention drop because you've already told me how you're going to do it. You should have teased it a little bit more.
have this tradition. Every year when it's one of our birthdays, we'll Photoshop ourselves into a movie poster and give it to them as their birthday gift. It started when my best friend Brendan turned 23. Oh my god! And it was so fun, we've been doing it ever since. As their birthday gift. Every year when my friends and I have this tradition.
Okay, so I did this. I did this on the Raka thing. This is like a 2+2 sort of experience when we get a reaction without context, and it's such a big reaction we want to know. So it's interesting in that sense, and so that's why with this, hold on.
But they stopped. They've not posted in over a year. Why?
We have some massive news. Our horror film Talk to Me got picked up. It's all we've ever worked towards, all we've ever wanted.
So a big reaction. Wait, what are you so excited about? Let me tell you. I wonder if that could have worked here as well. So again, without me having the actual footage.
My friends and I have this tradition. Oh my god! Every year when it's one of our
Again. Oh my god! Every year, and then we can maybe get a close up of it. Yeah, and then there we go.
Every year when it's one of our birthdays, we'll Photoshop.
Yeah.
Every year when it's one of our birthdays, we'll Photoshop ourselves into a movie poster and give it to them as their birthday. One of our birthdays, we'll Photoshop ourselves into a movie poster and give it to them as their birthday gift.
Okay, and now there's that laugh.
Ever since.
Okay, see, just by moving these clips around, I've now. So here's what it was originally. If we, okay, hold on, let me just. So here, oh shit, I've really fucked this up. God damn it, I can't see anymore. There you are. That's one of the things I hate the most about Max.
And swap it with their. So my friends and I have this tradition. Every year when it's one of our birthdays, we'll Photoshop ourselves into a movie poster and give it to them as their birthday gift. It started when my best friend Brendan turned 23. Oh my god! And it was so fun, we've been doing it ever since. So that got me thinking.
So it's fun. Like, that's good. Like, that works. But I wonder, just by throwing some of these clips around a little bit more, we get this instead.
My friends and I have.
I guess slightly rough cuts because I don't have the actual footage, but here we go.
My friends and I have this tradition. Oh my god! Every year when it's one of our birthdays, we'll Photoshop ourselves into a movie poster and give it to them as their birthday gift. It started when my best friend Brendan turned 20.
It's I think it's just a little bit more of a fun, therefore yes and conversational back and forth. Slightly, but it's just rough cuts because I have all of these other things mixed into it. For me, with a bit more polishing and smoothing, I bet I could have been a lot more interesting. But again, that's a preference rather than a roast. I'd love to get you guys' opinions on this. Which versions did you prefer? And don't just say mine. Like, I think both versions work. That was more so like a nitpick.
It started when my best friend Brendan turned 23. So that got me thinking, what if I If I replaced a movie poster at a real theater with a Photoshop version of it, would anyone notice? The only problem is they're behind locked display cases, guarded by cameras, with security and witnesses everywhere.
With security and witnesses everywhere. But you've already told me, you've already showed me that you know how to open this. It's just all of this conflict. All of this conflict. All this conflict just is muted because you already showed me it's gonna work.
This is gonna be really hard. Which means, Jake, it's a heist video! We're doing an Ocean's 11! We gotta assemble a team, Jake! We gotta assemble a team!
That's fun. I like that.
I need you to Photoshop me into a Barbie movie poster.
Do that.
What are you doing with your mouth? I was doing what she was doing.
Act like you're like happy.
I feel happy.
This is like the easiest face ever. I don't know how.
What do you mean?
Look how natural she looks.
I feel natural.
But you need that.
I feel like she's just doing the Mr. Beast face. What if we just Photoshop Mr. Beast's face in instead of me? I bet you his most recent video, he's making that exact same face.
We are not comparing Mr. Beast to Margot Robbie.
Video, he's making that exact same face.
And then cut to it.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, look.
Yeah. That's funny though. It's just like it's a bit of ABC. It's a tiny little bit. But what if we just cut to that moment straight away, as a bit of it, because you set up, you set up, and then you set that up, and then this may as well just give that the punchline straight away.
His most recent video, he's making that exact same face.
Yeah.
Dude, look, he's making the exact same face. You're telling me.
Like there's something funnier, just like set up punchline. Like aggressive punchlines for me is very, very funny.
I dressed up as Barbie for no reason.
Yeah. Oh, gotta get up a little bit.
How do my abs look? We got it?
I'm gonna try.
Okay. Do you think I need to flex more?
And I think
He's making the exact same face!
okay, so maybe in terms of flow, he's making the exact same face. Cut to screen recording of the Photoshop, and then I think just for efficiency and pace, or even just for fun, we could have just seen that exact same thing, the exact same face, and then we just see his face just get dragged on top of Barbie's right there and then done, and then we then do, the Ken thing, easy swap, just this stuff. It's a Casey Neistat residue, I guess, but time-lapse stuffs of getting things done don't interest me like that. Like it's just that could have just been done. You're just trying to show off your rig there or whatever you did there.
Holy crap, it looks so real. Dude, people are gonna be in the theater and they're gonna see Mr. Beast's Barbie. So I'm at the theaters going on a recon mission to see what the employees wear and how.
I know you're trying to tease the actual thing, but what you could have done is maybe just a close-up of the poster, not the entire poster, so just Mr. Beast's face in Barbie's hair, but then the reveal is just seeing the whole thing.
So I'm at the theaters going on a recon mission to see what the employees wear and how they lock their boxes. Oh no, it's for sure locked. Do you think they're all locked? There's no way. There's no way someone locks it every time. I feel like if I could find like the company that makes these display cases, I could email them and ask them for a replacement key, but I don't see any branding on it anywhere. Looks like I'm gonna have to become a criminal and learn to pick locks. I did get photos of their ID badges and uniforms, so I'm gonna recreate them in Photoshop.
It's kind of fun. I'm enjoying this. If you really want to go for the Ocean's 11 style, you could have poked in the pull list a little bit more, and it could have been like all of you guys on a round table with like this lighting, and you guys on a table, and it's like actually maybe discussing the exposition as if narratively just for fun. That could have been a bit more interesting. Or it's like, and all of you guys in suits, and then the more seriously you take this, the funnier it is. If you guys are in suits and it's like, so we need to get these posters in. really good process is. So Jerry, we don't know how to open these cases. What do you think we should do? We should it cuts to Jerry. We could try to contact the company and see if we can get a spare key. Good idea. It cuts to you. Nah, there's no one at the thing. They're like, there's no label, so I don't know who it is. So what else can we do? Well, it cuts back to the table. Well, maybe we could maybe just take this. We should at least take pictures of the staff, and so in Photoshop those. Good idea. And like maybe planning the heist in that fun, playful way, in a cinematic way. And I know you want to be a filmmaker. I know you want to do that cinematic style. I think this would have been a really fun opportunity to do that. Maybe you didn't have time, but there could have been a fun experiment as well.
I did get photos of their ID badges and uniforms, so I'm going to recreate them in Photoshop.
This is done. This is fun. I like this.
Looking good.
That's excellent. But you wouldn't simi narc. Fun joke. Fun subtle joke. But I'm enjoying this. This is fun. I'm nitpicking.
Oh, it's perfect.
How did you learn to? I guess it's kind of hard to really present. But how did you learn to lockpick? That's a hard thing to do. But yeah.
T-shirt and hat came in today. So we got Simonarch on the front, and then we got the hat with staff on the back. All right, so if I'm the mastermind, that means you're my sidekick, and this heist is not gonna be easy. So the theater security rivals like that of like the Pentagon, but did you get?
I think you're doing jazz again. It's still fine. It's still fine, but could there have been? What other style does Ocean's 11 do? Ocean's 11, which is, by the way, one of the greatest soundtracks ever.
What do you got? Now he's you're dead because he'll kill you. And
yeah, it is all jazz. Yeah. Well, I think then what you should have done is you should have chosen a completely different jazz tone. What it is, it's the same jazz tone and feel again, and that's what's bothering me. Yeah. Oh, I hope you use Claire de Lune at the end of this. That'd be so funny.
Get in. All we need to do first is have a ticket.
Yeah, it's the same type of tone that you just had. You still could have used jazz, but I think it should have been a different style music cue, different tone music cue. Still jazz, but just different. I wanted something, because right now, because it's a similar music cue, it now feels like you're repeating emotions. And repeating emotions is the ultimate retention destroyer.
Thank you. Okay, but how do we get the poster in?
Good question.
But you're presenting this differently, though. So you are doing the planning thing. So you are doing the good. I like this. Andrew, this is fuck, guys. This is meant to be a roast, and I'm just enjoying this. Guys, stop being good at this. This is really boring.
Question. So the poster is going to be rolled up in a tube. We are then going to place the tube inside my pants and strap it to my leg.
Oh, we need baggier pants, dude.
My leg will be immobile, so I have a knee brace to put around me to avoid any suspicion of my limping.
How do we film in the movie theater?
I'm glad you asked. So you are going to be waiting in the lobby area. The theater's
okay. So what you could have done?
Film in the movie.
Okay, so I have
suspicion of my limping.
A suspicion of my limping. So that's a win. That's a win. So let's showcase that.
Knee brace to put around me to avoid any suspicion of my limping.
Specials on my limping. Do like some sort of music cue to celebrate the win. You figured this out. Music then could have then dropped. Like, so therefore we don't hear it. Do like a reverb out.
How do we film in the movie theater?
I'm glad you asked.
Music then comes back in.
So you are going to be waiting in the lobby area. The theater's located in a...
And then like maybe that could have had a bit like some sort of escalation with that. And so I think you could have used the music to then build up that energy a little bit more, but it kind of feels like you just thrown it underneath a little bit. I think the music could have been composed better. In fact, even coincidentally, the sound design lesson was finally released today. And there's a really, really good example on how I did that with Logan Paul when I showed you a version where I just put the track underneath and just called it. But then I showed the version where I recomposed the timing of the song to then showcase the story a lot more. There's a really, really great example of that.
So you're gonna have a shoebox with you with the camera put inside of it to film me going into the theater. Because it's not suspicious for a moviegoer to have done a little bit of shopping before their movie. How obvious? Me going into the theater.
Me going into the theater. Like another music, another win, basically.
Because
another win cue. That's what I'm gonna call it, a win cue.
It's not suspicious for a moviegoer to have done a little bit of shopping before their movie. How obvious do you think this is?
It's just the most obvious.
Once I get through security, I will order a popcorn. Then I'm gonna tell the ticket person that I forgot something in my car and step out. We will rendezvous outside, pour all the popcorn out, place a camera inside the popcorn, and then put all the popcorn inside the bin.
That's a great idea.
That's just the beginning. The poster is guarded by an elaborate display case, 2 hatch locks that would thwart even the best safe crackers. Cameras are located on the corner right here, and then they have lasers.
So, okay, that's what you're doing here.
Guarding the case. What? I lied about that last part. The poster is...
So, Ocean's 11 does this really... I haven't studied the film well enough yet, but it does this really, really interesting thing when we kind of know what they're doing. And then so when we go into the actual heist, we're able to keep up. But then they then do this really big reveal at the end of like something that we all overlooked, but that they had planned ahead. And so we get this, oh my God, why didn't we see that coming? And I remember it is, we think we know the whole plan. And then like the SWAT team comes in and they do that whole thing. And then it's like, it's a whole big second reveal. And it's like, oh my God, like they came up with a new plan, even though they stuck to the plan. But there was another plan that we didn't know. Could this have worked here? Could you have given us a plan, but not the full plan? And then reveal it more of it at the end that makes it go, oh my God, that's fucking amazing. I don't know what that is yet, but that could have been something to play with.
Located outside of Auditorium 18. Auditorium 18 also has a film going on, so we're gonna have like 2 minutes, pop open this case, place our poster in, we'll have a getaway driver waiting outside, and then we'll drive away. All right, then it's heist time. This is Danny Ocean, come in. Rusty, do you copy? Mission is a go. Morning.
You're in theater 20 on the right-hand side.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's like maybe the popcorn part could have been like a second reveal, because here's what it is. Retention-wise, emotionally, it could be, since we now know everything and then you just do it again anyway, it's like, it's a repeating emotion problem again. And so the shoe cam you could have introduced, but then the popcorn cam could have then tell us, oh, you've planned this more. And now I'm a bit more on my toes. Like, what else have you not told me? Isn't that interesting? That's an interesting phrase. What else have you not told me? That's interesting. Write that down. Make that a big note. That's an interesting realization. That's a really good storytelling technique. How can you signal to me, what else have you not told me? Huh. Great. I'm going to study that idea. So people put that in the chat and in the Discord. I'm going to study and think about that concept. I just thought of that right now. It's interesting. Interesting this experiment winners.
Yeah. Hi there. Could I get a large?
Because you've told me everything, so I'm like, okay, now you're just going to go through the motions. But if you can give me that, what else have you not told me? I'm interested. Have I done that before? Have I done that? What else have you not told me? I feel like I've done that before, but I can't remember.
Popcorn, please.
Large popcorn. That brings the total to $7.90.
I realized I forgot my phone in the car. Could I just step out real quick to grab it? Okay, thank you so much. Phase 1 worked without a hitch. Moving on to phase 2. We're rolling on here. Place the popcorn back in.
All right. Oh, so yeah, the shoebox thing could have been implemented. So we're using the shoebox cam. Shoebox cam could have been some sort of signal here. A mistake is the fact that this guy with a pallet, that looks suspicious as fuck. So I thought that was going to be a reveal, and it doesn't look like it was. Unless it actually was. So why the hell would someone have a pallet in a cinema? Like, that was really suspicious to me. And so either you should have masked them out or just use a different moment. Use a different moment in the footage, because I thought there was... And also, I don't see you anywhere. Anyway.
In the car, could I just step out real quick to grab it? Okay, thank you so much. Phase 1 worked without a hitch. Moving on to phase 2. We're rolling on here. Place the popcorn back in.
All right, we gotta move. We gotta move.
I'm so good. I stepped out, I forgot my phone, but I let her know. Here's my ticket. Okay, thank you. Okay, we have made it through.
Okay, we made it into the theater. I'm in the stall now. We're moving on to phase 3. We're doing the classic bathroom change.
Okay, moving on to phase 3. I don't know there was a phase 1 and 2, but that could have been interesting. Could have been... So now we're going to do phase 1. So what is phase 1? We're going to be doing this, this, and this. We see you doing this. We see you doing this. Cool. And then you're in. So what is phase 2? We're going to be doing this, this, and this. And then we do see you kind of doing it back in the pool. And then we have you here.
Stall now. We're moving on to phase 3.
Cuts back to the planning room. So what is phase 3? So even that back and forth could have been a bit more interesting as well.
We're doing the classic bathroom change scene. This is so hype. They do this in all the best high schools. They change in the bathroom.
That was funny. I like that. You could have put in a door closing sound effects to help that. Finally, some bit more conflict, bit more of a different tone here. I'm liking this. Oh, we're close to the end already. Okay, I'm gonna finish this video then. So this could have then been this could have been, if you're a bit more proactive in the filming of this, you get to the poster, and then maybe you could have then performed you trying to take it off, and then you go and you turn to the camera, it's locked. Oh shit! And then we then go into the. This is then like the planning reveal, the big twist thing. Like, it's locked. What we could have done? And maybe they could have had a whole thing where you then learned pickpocketing. And oh my god, he thought of everything. It's because you gave us all of the reveals at the beginning. This is just, it's not as effective because of this. And so I think you should have revealed the wins. You should have revealed, or you should have held back on some of these things for you to then reveal them now. And then it's like, it's locked. I don't like this. We can't open this. Reveal that you can, and then we see you do. So like, what else didn't you tell me? It's like that thing.
That's one. This is not opening. I can't figure out.
And then we should have cut to, your cameraman should have gotten footage of the staff. So we keep cutting towards the staff, and then you can start cooler shopping that conflict here. You should have gotten shots of the staff. But then also on top of that, I think since the staff was so chill, a lot of this tension's lost because of this.
I got it. All right, suction cup. We're in. Jake, I'm freaking out. This is taking way too long.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
And then you did the classic throwing away the stuff in the trash. So you acknowledge a lot of heist cliches, which is funny.
I almost forgot, the best criminals leave a calling card. Okay, let's go. I can't believe that fucking worked. Where's the getaway driver?
I think missed opportunity joke here. You could have done.
I can't believe that fucking worked. Where's the getaway driver?
You should have made it like maybe some more closer. Like it's clearly already a crappy car, but like you should have put some more close-ups or something like this. Maybe a sound effect of like a Lamborghini or like a Ferrari or some sort of like monster truck, something really obnoxiously big. Like close-ups of him to imply this is like a really, really cool car. Oh yeah, because like and then music drops and it's like a basic SUV. Potential misjoke there.
There's a speed bump.
It does look like Baby Driver though, which is really funny.
Awesome. We did it! We did it!
Because it's just the exposure that this looks like a pickup. Ideally, maybe someone should have hanged out just for a couple of hours, maybe, and see if anyone ever noticed, or see if the staff ever noticed, or you even check the next day to see if it's been taken away. There could have been just some more humor, a little bit more added on top of this, but like maybe you should have gone back a week later, or you went back every single day to see if like how long did this last before they noticed. Would have also been really funny.
It's been a week. I returned to the scene
shit!
of the crime in disguise.
Oh no! They changed all of them.
Okay, fine. Yeah, potentially you could have come back every day, but yeah, okay. Hey, that was still really fun, Andrew. That was pretty solid. That was really fun. I think just a few more. The only problem is you have to buy a movie ticket every time. I know, but you could have expensed it. got your tax back. But hey, that was fun. Wasn't absolutely terrible. Wasn't fantastic, but that was still really enjoyable. And I think some of the suggestions that I was giving there were more so just fun things you could have added to make this just a little bit more fun. But again, that was a really solid video, Andrew. So I'm really glad to have seen you improve so much more. That was some good flow. Hey, fuck it. Hey, you had a good flow. That was the big criticism that I gave you last time, that there wasn't that much of a great flow, but this had that. So that was excellent. But with that though, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day on this one because we've been running for now 2.5 hours. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on this one. I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned a lot. On top of this, the sound design video of level 1 has finally been uploaded. So that's available for you guys to finally be going for. And then with that, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed this. I learned a lot. What was the phrase? What else didn't you tell me? That's something to think about now as a potentially interesting retention tactic. All right, with that, thank you guys so much. All right, and I'll see you guys, I think, on next Wednesday.